Welcome back to episode 15 of Why Do I Do That? I have Steph again with me today, my bestie. Our question today is, why do I feel like all of the guys that I should date are boring? And I have so many clients and friends that I've healed this around. And I personally think that it's when you've been in a toxic relationship, there is a certain level of excitement that comes with a toxic relationship. And so when you start dating a guy that's nice and secure, it can feel boring. Doesn't mean that they're boring, but it can feel like they are boring and that the relationship is boring. What do you think?
Yes, I completely agree. I definitely think that is majority of people's experiences with this. I'm very passionate about this actually because
I know you are, yeah.
I was that person. Like I was genuinely that person. I thought calm for my nervous system, quiet men that were in touch with their feminine energy, gentle men were boring. And so I can relate to this on a personal level. And based on my own kind of blueprint and experience with this, my personal experience was that. And it was also a reflection of my father was a very, very loud, outgoing person. And what I was actually used to when it came to masculine energy was that. And so
Dominating.
Yeah, like it was loud, dominating. And so when it came to being around men that had a more gentle nature on the forefront, it was just not normal for me. Like that didn't feel exciting. And I'm going to also mention that my childhood, I did have a very, very beautiful childhood. I have a healthy relationship with my parents now. It's taken a while to get there. But my childhood did involve my dad being a bit short-tempered. Like, you know, there was a bit of eggshell energy, and that experience combined with his actual traits, it was no wonder that when men that were more gentle and calm came up to me, that was just, like that wasn't exciting, that wasn't passionate, that wasn't my normal. So it was not only from being in a toxic relationship that I found them boring, it was also like my actual upbringing too, just having a significant parent, a parent that had those traits. I was like,
Just a general parent.
Just a general parent. So yeah, that was my personal experience. So from that, I guess a big encouragement is to consider that through the lens of your own journey of like maybe where there's truth in that for you. Is there someone in your childhood that had loud traits? Is that what you're used to? Did you have a brother that was really loud and took up a lot of space? Did you have a sibling that required more of your parents' attention? Things like that. So take that into consideration. And then also a toxic relationship being seen as your normal, passionate, push, pull, excitement, this, fighting, they love me, come back, all this blah, blah, blah. And then reaching someone that's actually healing and safe and calm for your nervous system and them feeling like a beige flag.
Yes. I was talking about this with my partner, Gav, the other week about how like we can get so used to in a toxic relationship. And even if you might not even think that it's toxic until you look back on it.
Yes.
But like where that love is like given and then taken away a little bit and given and taken away a little bit. And there's that dance of like, I'm in, I'm out, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That it's no one wants that, and they think that they don't want that when they're in it. And then when they get into a healthy, safe relationship after coming from that, it can feel boring because it's like, I just know that this person loves me and I'm safe and we're all good, but you're so used to, it's that chase and that like excitement of the chase. And so in a toxic relationship, you don't really lose that. That stays forever because you are constantly chasing because you never think that you've quite got them. And so you're kind of on the hook. And I had that for a really long time in past relationship where it was always when you'd lean in, they'd lean out, and then you'd be like, fine, and then you'd lean out and they'd lean back in.
Yeah.
And it lasted for so long because it was that, it keeps that excitement.
Yeah.
And so boring isn't necessarily a bad thing. But then also, like, it's so hard because I've had friends that have been like, oh, he's boring and he's this and he's that. And then we've removed those beliefs and then they've ended up like being the guy and having so much fun and being in a really healthy relationship now. So that's like also sometimes that boring is also a way for you to shield yourself from someone that actually could love you, right? And that you maybe don't think you deserve.
Yes.
Not ready to let that in. So boring could actually be a bit of a reflection of you and of what you're like willing to accept. But then also I can't stop thinking about what you said before about the word should.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, who should you be dating?
Yeah.
Who decides that?
Yeah. Like, is there a bit of a checklist energy going on here of like, I should be going for this kind of person. I should be going for that kind of person. So let's instantly change that to, what would you change that to?
Well, I straight away thought of like according to who, but also like I'm guessing that these questions come from I've been in bad past relationships, so I should be dating the nice guys, but they're boring.
Yeah.
And so it's like
I get to date a nice guy. I get to date a calmer
I get
guy.
To instead of should.
I get to. And as well, I think it's also what I've seen in some clients myself is their past toxic relationships or the section of that area of life, aka relationships, being the only thing that's giving them that life force energy, that excitement, that fulfillment, that passion, and all other areas of life maybe not. It's maybe a bit mundane. It's not giving you that aliveness. It's not giving you that fulfillment. So being around a guy that's a bit calmer or having a different, or not the majority, if you will, actually is amplifying how you're experiencing other areas of your life too. So that's something to consider.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to straight off the back of that say before it leaves my brain, because Jess and I are so good at that, is I think there's actually like a collective social conditioning around men, like around what is a confident man and what is a man and what is should man. And it's placed men that are quiet and are gentle and are calm, if you will, as the minority and as boring, but like literally said who. So I would be being curious about where has this word boring come from? And like, is that actually genuinely what they are? Because when it came to my partner, Harrison, he is he is the most gentle, soft-natured man I've ever met, and a previous version of me would have found that boring. But what I noticed is they're not boring. They're not boring at all. And I say they're as in like a collective sense, is they just maybe require a bit more time to open themselves up, or they require a safe environment and a match to show the parts of themselves that are more exciting. Like, I'd be interested to know, there's a few things there that I mentioned, but how much time are you giving it before you're putting the word boring on it? And are these people boring?
Right,
or is it just the collective social conditioning that someone that is quiet is boring? Because people that are more shy, or people that are more gentle, or men that have this softer nature, like, it doesn't mean they're boring. And I'm going to snowball with that.
Yeah.
You go.
No, well, there's this like perception as well that they're like weaker when they're more gentle and kind. And whereas if you actually think about that quote of like, often the loudest person in the room is the most insecure, which is that damaged, unhealthy, toxic masculine. And the quieter ones that are just kind of sitting back observing it actually have more internal confidence and sense of self, because they don't need to be this big man that's like dominating the room and loud and yeah,
and I'm gonna like throw in a little perspective shift here of like a reflection of my healing was when I found the ones that are loud and the ones that are giving every single part of that confident self forward to be boring. I felt like I would speak to them, and because there was an ego front, and I'm not blaming them and I'm not shaming anyone, you know, like everyone's on their own journey and whatever. But like, I'm going to go say an opinion piece here and say that like, if I go out to a bar and there's someone sitting there quiet, and not that I'm going out looking for quiet guys because I'm in a happy, fulfilling relationship, but hypothetically, if I was to go out to a bar and see someone quiet or more softer, I would literally find them more intriguing and exciting than someone so loud and the AKA social norm of not boring, actually boring, because I'd just be like, I just feel like I know you. And that's my own judgment, I suppose. And like, I do consciously not judge people as much as I can, but my personal opinion is I find that more boring. It's like I don't even feel the need energetically to get to know you, because I just no, like I actually find that kind of person more
I feel like
boring
it's
to me.
not even, we've kind of gone down like the loud quiet, but then there can also be like outspoken or louder guys that are, and I wanted to like zoom back in on the word nice, because I feel like there are so many women who aren't used to being treated nice that feels uncomfortable, and so then they label them as boring because it feels too uncomfortable to be treated right, which I can totally relate to. And to be treated nice is like, that's what's kind of uncomfortable. And so there can be those guys that are like loud or whatever, but they're like those nice guys that treat you well and talk to you well, and so many women don't actually know how to handle that because they're so used to being treated poorly that they feel like that's boring, because it's like that chase thing again. But I definitely feel like that the word nice as well is important in like this woman's question, because it's like the nice guys.
Yes, of course. I love that you brought it back to that.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you said
like,
it, I was
wait, we're like getting into like
just
stereotypes here, but because I think about my partner, and he isn't necessarily quiet. He's like the loudest one in the room sometimes when we're in social situations. But he love him. Yeah. but he's nice and kind and sweet and like all of those things as well. So I was thinking it's not always a case of that, but it's I think like it's like what you're like able to accept. And I love what you said about like giving it time, because I have so many friends that have been dating and they go on like one date or whatever and they're like, oh, he's too nice, or oh my God, one of my like things that people say all the time that I just can't understand, but I can sort of understand, is he was too keen. He was too keen. That was one of my, I actually have an episode coming up on icks. Yeah. And one of the, like, an ick that someone put in was too keen.
We need to do an ick episode. I'm putting it out there right now.
We can do it. But yeah, too keen was one of the things. And I was like, is he too keen or is he just interested in you? Are you just used to not being treated nice? Are you just used to not being pursued? Like,
is he just communicating healthily?
Yeah,
and that's
is he
coming
just
across
not
as keen?
avoidant?
Yes.
Like, so I feel like that. Why do I think nice guys are boring? If we think back to that, it's like, is it that they're boring, or is it that they're actually, treating you well, that they're actually pursuing you, that they're doing all of these things that are so uncomfortable to you that you just kind of put them in that category because you don't know how to deal with it.
Yes. And you can find nice men that have all different personalities and attributes, and you actually can have someone that is exciting for you and nice. So it's like maybe being like gravitating towards that and thinking about that. And
they're not just like, there's not just one pool and they're all the same. Yeah. These are the nice guys in this little pool here.
I can feel
and
like
they're all
that.
Like this. Yeah. No, but it's not like that. There's like you said, different hobbies, different backgrounds, different like things that they do.
And how can you fulfill yourself outside of relationship wise when it comes to nice things as well? So just overall healing your relationship with nice. Yeah. You know, for example, some people are like, I want to have a nice tidy living room, but they never do because it doesn't feel good. Anyway, I'm going off track with that, but like just healing your relationship with nice, because maybe that's showing up in other areas of your life and that's going to trickle into your relationships.
And sorry.
No, you go.
I feel like advice for this person would be, one of the things that I read about in that book Attached is abundance dating. So like instead of like, and you can teach yourself, instead of going on a date with a quote unquote nice guy and then being like, he's boring, and putting that to the side and going back to your shitty toxic relationships, abundance dating is like, go on a bunch of dates with different people so that you can see that nice looks different and that there's all different types of people out there, so that you're like actually learning through experience that there's so many different types of people out there. I feel like that would definitely be one. And off the back of what you said before, like I would make myself a rule because I love rules. I like write rules, and it's like this is it. Like once it's a rule, it's a rule.
Yeah.
And so one of my rules is like, that I give to my clients is like, you have to give the nice guy 3 dates minimum.
Yes.
And you have to come to me after those 3 and you have to tell me everything that you think is wrong with him, and we're going to unpack whether that's a you issue or it's actually he's not aligned.
Yes.
And like a lot of the time it's actually like bitches be crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. I can say that because I'm a bitch, but like a lot of the time it's the woman projecting all of the shit onto this nice guy.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
And the things that they come back with, I'm like, that's not a real problem. That's not a real thing. And we remove it, and then they're actually able to get a little bit deeper into that relationship. So I feel like giving yourself a rule of how many dates you need to go on.
Yes.
I actually had it on my bucket list I had like a bucket list that I needed to tick over the next 2 years, I think it was. Yeah, it was 2 years. And it was like date a really nice guy, but then I accidentally fell in love with the really nice guy.
I just tripped and fell in love.
It was supposed to just be date for a period of time, just to like know what that feels like.
Literally same though. Like literally same. I like remember opening the fridge door at my mum's house, and I kept the fridge door open, really painting the picture here, kept the fridge door open mid look in the fridge, turned to my mum, I'm ready to start dating again. I'm opening myself up to a relationship. Shuts the fridge door, walks off. Mum just looks blankly. But as soon as I did that and started dating, Harrison just comes like out of the woodwork, and I'm like, okay, great, like so grateful. But yeah, I love that idea of having like a bucket list and abundantly dating and
rule, like sticking it out.
Yes, and like have fun with it. Have fun with the perceived boring guy, and like just try and enjoy that, which I know is easier said than done. I would also, advice-wise, have a look at your nervous system, see what's going on there to see if it could be something to do with that, like that repetitive pattern, and that like, I don't actually feel safe with a nice guy. I don't feel safe in calm, healthy love, and be doing some nervous system work on the side of that. And that can just start with a bit of mindfulness, like trying to sit still and like just start off small and work with your nervous system
and getting in touch with your body. Because I think like when you say, because I know that I was used to like my normal, quote unquote normal, was like racing heart, clenched fist, like anxiety. Like that was what felt normal to me. So then when I was with Gav, I felt like so relaxed and safe. And so like listening to your body as well, because your nervous system is used to one thing. And so it's going to try and like tell you that that's what you need to create or what you need to do or what you need to be with. But like your body will show you where it feels safe and where it feels comfortable and relaxed. And so many women see that as boring. I just didn't feel anything. My body, like, I mean, I still felt like things. Good mix, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, they don't feel anything because they're like, they feel so calm, and they're not used to feeling calm. They're used to feeling anxiety because they're dating somebody who is producing anxiety because they're feeling the push pull and everything. So it's like so you got to listen to your body. Is like, if it feels safe, that's a good thing. And if it feels boring or like whatever in your body, because you feel so relaxed, that's a thumbs up. That's a green flag.
And if you're feeling, you know, on a tangible sense, ask for support. So like tell people you're on a journey of wanting to lean closer into the nice guys. And like you mentioned before, you had a client that then came back to you and like expressed and gave a voice to these quote unquote issues. And this person had someone like yourself in their corner to say, hang on, I don't think that's this. So ask for support, let people know. And that's going to really help you stay on track instead of internalizing and intellectualizing completely on your own. And I think that can be a really big factor of it. If sometimes it's not about doing these major works on yourself and going on this like massive healing journey. Sometimes it can just be like sticking it out for a bit longer and leaning in and allowing yourself to feel safe and asking for support to stay on track, providing enough evidence for your brain to be like, no, this is a good thing. And then you can experience a fulfilling relationship. And I think that's really, really powerful to know, is it doesn't have to be like a massive thing. Like, and yeah, I can confidently say, and I'm sure Jess can agree, that as women who have done the toxic stuff and are now both with men, and this doesn't have to be just women and men, it could be women and women, men and men, all things, is like, we can confidently say that it's so worth it. It's so worth it. It's so available to you. It's a beautiful experience, and you have what it takes to actually meet a nice guy and enjoy that, and you deserve that because it's so much fun.
It is.
You can just put all your energy towards enjoying that relationship instead of being push-pull and
yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not about, just quickly off the back of that, sometimes it's not about like, is this boring or exciting? It's more like, is this energizing or depleting? Like, I
Is
love
this
that.
good for me?
Yeah.
Is this
It's
good
like,
for me?
it's calm, but it's still energizing you.
Yes.
It's
More energizing when it's calm.
Yes. Yeah. Like, it's
Yeah.
not depleting you.
Yeah.
So yeah, take whatever you needed from that little last tidbit, but leave the rest. So yeah.
Awesome. I feel like women will definitely get a lot from that are in this situation, and there's so many that are. So thank you again for coming on.
You're so welcome.
It was a good chat.
Yeah, always.
If you have listened to this episode and you know somebody who is in this situation, somebody who needs to hear this, please send it to them. And thank you for listening.